cannot hear you. Oh, I know why. I know why. Hang on. All right, check, check. Say something, done.
Yo, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Let's
That's
go.
huge. That's huge. All right, give me a minute here. No one's in yet, so we're chilling.
All right, I'm gonna get my camera rolling too.
Man, this is not very user friendly. This sometimes this. All
Now
right. Huh?
I'm seeing myself in one screen, the other screen on Streamlabs in the other. Is that supposed to be how it is?
You're seeing. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but you can see.
So that muscle dummy is the only one that they can see, right? They don't see me just singularly.
They see the whole. They see you and I together.
I see. I see.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, because I see a few screens on my end.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know why. I know what you're talking about. I saw the same thing earlier. I don't know why it does that. I was messing with it, but it couldn't. I couldn't figure out what the answer was. All right, here. Oh, okay, here we go. We're playing with fire now. Here we go. I think now we're talking. Now we're talking. And
Yeah, so Jake, I think I'm gonna record all this on my camera too.
yep,
So we'll just have both.
you're gonna have to what?
We'll have both.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, all right, should be good. I think the angle's fixed. Someone type something in the chat. Who's here? Hello, hello. We got two people hanging
Let's go.
out. Um,
Let's go. Let's get this thing started then.
Thing is started. It is officially started.
All right, well, intro it up.
Welcome, welcome. We are live. Thanks for the two of us who are joining us. We're gonna be
Yeah,
hanging out
guys.
for a little bit, answering a couple questions. Main focus is talking about the package that's coming out here. We got a couple cheeky things coming out. We've been working on a new website, but mainly the packages is what we've been working on. It's been spending a lot of time, so we're talking about that. What's in it? Why we made it? Why you should buy it if you're trying to take control of your health. Um, but to kick it off, John, some new news is I signed up for another half Ironman for May 13th.
Congrats.
And I'm doing another half one with Luke on June 22nd, I think.
That's exciting, man. So is the training started? Have you kicked off the training?
Not yet. Not well. I'm still battling a little hip issue that I've been dealing with since my last one, and then that's just slowly getting better. I've been working on rehabbing it in the gym, which is also included inside of the package, is workouts that I've been doing to rehab my hip. But I think I'm gonna just focus on kickboxing, keep lifting a little bit heavier, like we talked about. I think till the turn of the year. Then the turn of the year comes, and I will switch gears a little bit and start. I don't know if how much I'm gonna run for this one. I'm gonna bike a lot
I see. I
because
see.
that's
Yeah,
what
we'll
kicked my
definitely
butt last time.
work on your weaknesses for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's talk a little bit about this package. And Jake and I, we just finished up our nutrition guides last night. Something that we're extremely proud of. A lot of work went into it. A lot of hours went into it. But I'm so excited for the variability of foods and different recipes on there. I think people are really gonna love it. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, I was thinking about that today because we were going through all the recipes last night. I was just thinking, like, and we were going through images and all that stuff, looking at images of cheeseburgers and chicken bacon wraps and power bowls and smoothies. The smoothie lineup, honestly, is insane, too. That really excites me. That's honestly, when I started losing weight, that's how I kind of transitioned from junk food to getting those sweets that I needed into those, specifically the strawberry. What do you call it? This is it the
That's the well,
chocolate covered strawberry one? Is that one in there?
yeah, that one's in there. No, it was just we had our first. our first and only nutrition and obesity class today in medical school. And I was telling one of my classmates, I'm like, if there's ever a time that someone wants to lose weight or someone wants to gain weight, just supplement them with a smoothie because you can either make them really low calorie. Because here's the great thing about smoothies is the volume. Though that liquid volume is really going to fill you up. So if you're really trying to lose weight, you can make them really low calorie. And if you're trying to gain weight, it's the easiest way to add extra calories within your day without making you feel like super full.
And the recipes we have on those, like aside from the full, you can get a good serving of protein if you get a good tasting protein, which would highly recommend. But there's a lot of good flavors like the chocolate covered strawberry, chocolate covered banana, the chocolate peanut butter banana one. I know you got a pumpkin one in there.
Yeah, s'mores. I really like the s'mores one. I think that one's really good
The
too.
cookies and cream one too is in
Yeah.
there. So a lot of a lot of good recipes, honestly. But I think it's the sweets thing. That was it for me because I personally I love ice cream and like cake and stuff like that. So that was a good alternative for me because I still needed that hankering for the sweet.
Yeah, but we're excited. I mean, there must be there's probably over 40 different recipes and meal ideas, probably over 50, I believe, between the snacks and breakfast, lunch, and
Easy,
dinner.
easy 50.
I'm super excited to see it outsourced. And I was just on a podcast yesterday, and somehow I got into that, and she asked about muscle dummies and what we do, and I was talking about the origin of the plans, and I kind of want to speak about that with Isaac, but the origin of those nutrition plans, like me helping my mom lose 100
Yeah.
pounds, that was the start of it. So I ended up helping my mom lose 100 pounds. It was right during COVID. She saw what I was doing at night. I was working on all these different recipes and I was writing all this stuff down and I was trying to lose weight too. I was at like 250 pounds at that point and I'm like, I got to lose some weight. I'm too heavy right now. I'm too big. I'm just not moving right. And truthfully, every one of those recipes was based off of her because she's such a picky eater. I'd have to just be so creative to come up with these simple recipes and time efficient recipes because
hmm
obviously the prepping can be difficult for some people because of the time aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, prepping has saved me because I could spend like an hour or two on Sunday, and I have all my meals for the whole week. So it's honestly the option to eat unhealthy is hardly ever there because the meal's there. I might as well eat it. But now I
Well, I
just
think
crave those foods because we've gotten the recipes very well dialed down. So it's literally become my favorite foods that I enjoy. It's not a diet anymore, and that's I think what makes it special is we've figured out like you don't have to eat dry chicken and broccoli and rice and starve and have 1,600 calories and you're eating bland food. I think that was the 2006 method of losing weight. But now we figured it out. There's so many options out there. And now these all tasty recipes, such a variety as well. So if you don't, if you're a picky eater, there will be something in there for you, and it'll
oh,
be anabolic, help you lose weight.
100%. And I don't think it's a 2006 thing. I think a lot of diets are still chicken, rice, broccoli, all of that regular stuff that people don't want to eat. It's so
That's true.
boring. It's bland. But here's the thing, it doesn't need to be like that. And that's what I've learned throughout this process. And that's what I've been able to teach all of my clients is dieting doesn't have to be boring. And once you get into a consistent pattern with it, you're gonna gain strength, you're gonna lose weight, you're gonna be feeling better, your energy's gonna get better. And that's really all we want out of these plans anyways. We want you to enjoy it and to receive all the benefits from a healthy diet
hmm
because I don't think a lot of people get to experience it.
No, no way.
And I'm just super, super happy with what we have. We're so proud of putting this out. I can't wait to see the edits on it.
I'm so excited to see the document. It's come so far, so many different iterations, and now we'll see. We'll see. I think our community will really like it.
100%. You want to talk a little bit about so the package, the total weight loss package is going to include a nutrition guide,
hmm
an at-home workout, as well as a 8-week beginner workout.
Yep.
But talk a little bit about the 8-week beginner workout because it's not so beginner. in a way.
Yeah, I think it's a different type of beginner because I think a lot of people they'll go in. For example, when you and I first started listening, Dolphin Shark, the recipes are amazing. Thanks, Johnny. The recipes are amazing. Dolphin Shark, how are you doing? I know you've been trying to lose weight, dealing with a little bit of foot pain. This is the perfect time to ask questions. So let us know how you're doing. But for
Yes,
the
talk a little
workout
bit about
plans,
the
right?
weight
Like
gain.
you and I in high, it was it seventh, eighth grade, ninth grade, maybe. We'd go to the gym every single day. Monday, sometimes even Saturday. I remember it'd be chest, triceps, back, biceps, legs on Wednesday. Repeat that cycle. They were like 2.5 hour lifts because we were like, we got to get everything in there. Like we had so much stuff that we wanted to do, and I think we were young, we weren't eating right, we weren't recovering right, but I know we weren't doing like the little things like taking care of your shoulders, spending extra time on warm ups and mobility, dedicating days to mobility to get your joints moving, your hips, your knees, your shoulders. Because if you're young and you're starting to build that foundation to go forward, you need to do it correctly and with good form. Something I did, which drastically hindered gains for years. I didn't really progress that greatly in the gym until like the last 2 years of my life, probably because it was how I was lifting, going in there with not a great muscle foundation. My core was weak. I couldn't really do many push ups. My pull ups were not strong. But how we made this beginner workout different is we incorporated those things of getting you mobile, getting your hips moving, getting your core under control, getting you comfortable with your body weight. So going forward, you build this coordination. You know how your body moves. You know how your body feels by doing these push-ups, these pull-ups, which will help you with that mind-muscle connection. Because honestly, that takes a lot of years to develop.
100%, and you'll build that foundation. And I think it's unfortunate that the gym culture right now, in the way that people are being taught to lift, is purely on a bodybuilding level. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
all
and the problem with that though is you're trying to like get strong and build a foundation, but you're doing it under like the realm of the control of like the free weights that are on your back or on your chest. And I feel like you can't feel how your body moves naturally when you're loading up like that. And from personal experience, I was loading up in college. My roommate and I squatting ridiculous amounts of weight, eating ridiculous amounts of food. I was strong with not great form, but it was nothing compared to how strong I am now. And like as from a core perspective and stability and athleticism, body control, which
well
I
this
think personally, if I could do it differently, I would go back and work on those foundations. As much as it's maybe not the cool thing to do in there and go and do these body weights, these weirder type workouts, it is so important. And if I could do it all over again, I would 100% hammer that right away because I would have drastically progressed much faster.
well, I think once you get away from the bodybuilding lifting, because it's all that people know, and you get rid of all the isolated workouts and exercises, because that's what takes the most time is all those isolated movements.
Yep, true. That
It,
is
it,
true. That's a good point.
because when you compound movements like today at the gym, I split my sets into one compound movement and then one mobility stretch
Hmm.
movement and then one ab movement. And I did that for, 4 different sets, and it feels great. But the compound movements, they're the ones that are going to give you the strength. They're the ones that are going to work more of your muscles. So there's not really a point in spending it's like you sit there and you do for 20 minutes, you do bicep curls on a cable. So, yes, you're hitting your biceps, but you could take that time and start doing pull ups. So then you're getting your biceps, you're getting your lats involved, your posterior delts, you're working other muscles, which is going to make you stronger. It's going to make you look better.
Hmm.
So, that's really the push for this beginner workout is getting all these foundational lifts down, push ups, sit ups, core work,
Yeah, and there's a
all
lot
the
of full body movements as well, but the mobility days, the fuller body days, I think it's gonna be a little bit of different. But I'm really excited to see the feedback we get because I think people can really build a good foundation over those 8 weeks and see and get a feel of at least an intro of how their body works, and then we can segue that into more advanced programs. That's kind of how we're structuring this: is starting at the basics and having levels where you can eventually lift like even above where we're at right now. But we're by no means anything special. We've just been doing this trial and error for a long time. So We
Yeah.
genuinely just want to help people. We just want to help the beginners out there figure it out early, save a lot of hard mistakes and pains and time wasted in the gym. Promise you, we're just trying to help you. So we're excited for that. I'm excited for the diversity of the quality workout plan over the 8 weeks. And for those who can't get to a gym, we did include the home workout plan, which also has a similar style of building on those foundations. Um, but I think between those and then the comprehensive nutrition guide, which is the meal plan with all those recipes in there, it's a killer package. And if you're just trying to figure out how to take control of your health and you're not sure where to go, it's absolutely the package for you.
And
Even if you're
especially,
not totally confident to go to the gym yet, we want to start building that confidence, get you eating right, even starting some stuff at home.
well, especially for beginners, this is the floor. Like, you can only go up from here. I mean, we're trying to break this down as simply as possible between the workouts and the nutrition guides. The nutrition guides are going to tell you step by step how to make every recipe. There's so many different recipes on there, and it's the same with the workouts. And what we're going to do as well is we're going to have videos on muscle dummies that you can look at
Yep.
on our YouTube channel to make sure that you're doing things with correct form. We've already started that process. So if you do have any questions about how to do specific techniques, you can always look us up on YouTube at Muscle Dummies. We have a bunch of those videos going on. But truthfully, for beginners, this is the plan. And I don't think there's anything on the market like it.
No.
This is just so comprehensive, and really, it's it's starting you off so much further. Like you said, like, we're saving you so much time and frustration by just giving you the best of what we have. And this, I was thinking the other day, like, I've been lifting for 8 years now. 8 years of lifting.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
John, I have a vivid memory, I think, of the first time we ever lifted. I think it was in like middle school in like gym class when they were putting us in there. I think that
Yeah.
was the only day I could ever bench more than you because I had been going to Ironworks. So
I
I
remember,
at one point did bench more than Johnny, so it's on the record.
you know what's crazy? I'm thinking about this. I was thinking about this too, going to that bench. So I remember in college when I was at my biggest strength wise,
265.
I was 265. I was benching 420. I was squatting upwards 550, 600 pounds. And I couldn't do a dip without pain.
Yeah.
I couldn't do a dip without pain.
It's not fun living like that. I don't think you realize it till you might get on the other side of it, but just I think you probably lived with a little bit of pain even outside of dips and just like limited functionality in several
Dude,
parts of your life.
being being heavier is being heavier takes more of a tear on your body.
Hmm.
So during practice, when I would have to do sprints and things like that, my joints, my SI
Ah,
joint, my hips, like knees,
and you were
everything
probably pumped
hurt.
up on the seed oils too.
And yeah, I mean, college definitely doesn't feed you well, but I could definitely tell when I lost that 50 pounds from being 265 to where I am now, how much better my body feels overall.
Yeah. And you're probably, I mean, maybe not like bodybuilding stronger, but I'd say your core and your like athleticism has definitely improved.
100%. And I think it's very dependent. And I don't want viewers at home to think we're only doing um, these very specific lifestyle plans. We're going to have a lot of different plans for a lot of different things.
Yeah,
Um,
before we talk about that, John, Dolphin Shark, she's in our Discord. She reached out. She said, "I've been doing well with food and water, so I've been averaging out about 5 days a week. Workouts. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I've been trying to find a balance. My sleep isn't well. Dolphin Shark, also remind me when the package does come out. I'm gonna send you the package when we do get that. I know you bought one earlier, so I'm gonna give you that package when it does come out, so we can get you everything. But that's great. You're doing it 5 days a week. That is plenty. And I think if you're getting the food and water part right, I think that's like the biggest first step you can take is drinking more water, cutting out those empty calories through the drinks and the sodas and the juices that are unnecessary, and then figuring out the food. That's kind of a process, but starting to eat a little cleaner, not going out as much, not getting fast food, starting to stay in, cook more. But I'm proud of you. Keep going. Have you seen any results?
I can tell you right now, Jake, I had that class today and going over some facts. So take a guess where the U.S. is placed in obesity rates.
Number one.
Number two. We're number two to
Behind,
Mexico.
don't tell me. Is it I don't even know who I would guess without like being insulting.
Just take a guess at any country.
I'm feeling like Mexico.
It's Mexico. Yeah, it's
I
Mexico.
only reason I said that was because the quality of the food. That was the only thing I was thinking.
Well, no, dude. If you actually look at the rates of soda consumption in Mexico and how much of a cultural thing that is,
Oh,
like Coca-Cola is a cultural thing in Mexico. It's very odd. But yeah, so the US is number two to Mexico in obesity rates. And we are in an obesity crisis. You know, over the next 10 years, I think it's going to be over 50% of all Americans are going to be obese.
yeah.
And that's a scary sight. I mean, thank God we're working on what we're working on because I think a lot of people are going to need help. But I was talking to, one of my clients down in Texas. He's 15. He's killing it, absolutely beasting it. But he told me that his high school was serving Pop Tarts for breakfast, and you know, Pop Tarts for breakfast. I mean, come on, school system. That's not right.
It's foul.
And you know that lunch isn't any better.
No.
But I mean, if you're eating a Pop Tart for breakfast, you've automatically started as a loss through the day. You just spiked your sugar levels so high, you just got like 360 calories worth of sugar, and you're going to be hungry all day long because you ate that sugar in the morning. Because that's what happens when you eat that processed food and that sugar, it's addictive, and it's going to lead you for the rest of your day to crave that sugar. And
Yeah,
they're
the
doing it for
craving thing is
kids.
one thing, but like going forward, you might get a temporary energy boost, and then that sugar's gonna wear off. You're just gonna be a crash mid morning. You have no fuel going forward for the rest of the day. That's just all bad. But unfortunately, like part of the other problem we're trying to attack is the socioeconomic issues of underprivileged people who don't have access to good healthy foods that you and I are grateful enough to have access to. So we're trying to build those meal plans around issues like that as well. But for kids like that, it's so unfair because you're not going to just starve. You're gonna eat the Pop Tart, which unfortunately at that age, if you don't have any other option and you're eating that day after day, that's going to hinder your growth and how you develop, which is it's really frustrating.
And it's tough for him too because he's diabetic, so he's got to watch his sugar levels.
Yeah. Yeah. What
And
about what do kids do that are diabetic and they have no other option but to take the breakfast at lunch?
he had to. I mean, it's just gonna throw his sugars off, and
It's all
it's
bad.
tough. I mean, I see it. It's tough, but yeah, going back to the socioeconomics, I think that's another great reason why I and we are just so proud of this because we factored that in too, and I don't think people are doing that. They're not factoring in socioeconomics in nutrition guides. They're not factoring in like what foods are most accessible to people based on location, and we're really trying to keep it as cheap as possible. This is the first level though. There's levels to nutrition, and this we're on level one. And I think what we're trying to accomplish here is if we can get enough people to take on level one, they can enter into level two with us down the road where we have more advanced plans, more
Hmm.
advanced nutrition, and we can really start. I mean, this total package is going to change people's lives. People are going to lose a lot of weight, no doubt. They're
Nope.
going to feel
No doubt.
better. They're going to be healthier.
I'd
But I'm
say
excited.
99.9% satisfaction guaranteed.
I don't know about the the math on that, but we are aiming for high satisfaction rates. That's for sure. But yeah,
98%.
level two will be exciting
But
because
also to expand on the package is we're trying to give people a good foundation of how to live a healthy lifestyle going forward if you're just getting started. And there will be levels to it of like eating cleaner foods with certain ingredients, cooking things a different way, whatever it is, that's down the road. But also coming on here like this and expanding on what we're talking about in those meal plans, in those workout plans to enhance your experience while you're going through that package and again build that foundation for you going forward.
do you know during class today we were going over calorie restriction, take a guess at what I'm being taught for the average male trying to lose weight, how many calories a day that they're suggesting.
1,800 calories.
1,800 calories. Guess what it is for women?
Ooh, probably like 14 or 15, I would guess.
1,500. Hear me out. If you take someone who's eating 4,000 calories a day and you restrict them to 1,800 calories a day, there's absolutely no way that anyone would be compliant with that diet.
Yeah, it's not going to be sustainable. That's going to be a drastic change, and you're going to be hungry.
And they call for 2 pounds a week, or 1 to 2 pounds a week, which is fine, but you do not have to starve yourself like that to lose weight. Even if you want to lose 50 pounds, you don't have to starve yourself. It's really simple. You need to keep your metabolism going. If you want to throw fasting in there, go for it. Cut out the sugary drinks, drink more water, eat more protein, get a protein supplement. Like, these are the basic things. And I promise if you stuck with that, you stayed away from fast food and going out, you would most likely lose 10 pounds a month. And I don't really think you'd have to try that hard.
No.
It's
A few minor changes you can make each day. Even like tomorrow morning, you could change 2 things in your routine, and you'll start in the right direction.
100%. And so say someone wanted to start tomorrow. Here are some things that I would offer as advice.
3 things you can do tomorrow, John, that are not drastic. You want to start losing weight. 3 things tomorrow.
So you got to get 8 glasses of water in minimally. And you can do that once every hour for 8 hours. I think that's an easy way to do it. But you have to get more water in, first and foremost.
Carry a water bottle around. That's the easiest way because it's always there. And if you're bored, instead of checking your phone, whatever it is, the bottle's there. Take a sip.
Agreed. Next.
I'll throw one out if you don't have one.
Throw one out.
I would say wake up 20 minutes before you normally would. Go outside and walk for 10, 15 minutes.
I mean, that's a great one. Or you can do it after dinner.
And if you live in a cold climate, get up 15 minutes earlier. Do a little dynamic stretch. Get your heart rate up. Maybe do a couple push-ups, a couple sit-ups. Nothing crazy. Let's start with 5 push-ups tomorrow morning and 10 sit-ups. Do a little stretch.
We challenge you 5 push-ups. We challenge you to do 5 push-ups tomorrow morning.
I will post on the story. I will kick the sheets at approximately 5 o'clock, and the story will be up by 5:03 of me doing push-ups and sit-ups.
What do you have going on tomorrow at 5?
I gotta get up. Because I gotta get up. I gotta stretch and hydrate before I go to kickboxing.
I'm gonna be up.
Show up ready to go. Today, I was the only one at class, so it was nice. We got to do mitts, and he was like throwing punches and kicks at me. And wow, that drastically changed how I stood there and was throwing punches.
It's weird when someone's attacking you.
Yeah. Dolphin Shark, I've slimmed down a bit for sure. I'm stronger and feel better too. That is excellent, and that's only the beginning. I hope you're staying with it. And again, we have more for you. We're here to help you out. Always shoot me a message if you need any help. She said my sleep isn't well either, and I wanted to touch on that as well on the fasting, because I've gone in and out of stretches of sleeping not well, whether it's work, life, whatever it is. But sometimes eating as well, eating too late at night. I definitely notice I struggle with my sleep. But if I get in a good week routine, like 4 or 5 days in a row of stopping my eating at around 7 p.m. and not eating again until about 10 a.m. the next morning, even 9 a.m., I'll push it to 11 if I'm available with work. But if I do that and I restrict my eating and do that fasting, my sleep gets so much better at night versus if I'm late, running behind with work, and I got to eat dinner at like 9:30, whatever it might be.
100%. And what people don't realize with fasting too is the immense amount of focus that you get early in the morning. When you're hungry, at least for me, I get great focus.
Got that like primal instinct. You're a little hungry and you're just locked in.
I mean, I don't know who was saying, I think it may have been Joe Rogan that, I mean, if you think about it, if you think about cavemen, right? So when they hadn't eaten for however long, when they finished their last, what are those, woolly mammoth, when they finished their last woolly mammoth and they had been fasting for like days and they're trying
Dude,
to find food.
imagine the dopamine hit. You're a caveman, and like 10 of you are standing around the woolly mammoth. No, we took it
But
down. We were about to eat.
hear this out. So when these cavemen, after they ate their last woolly mammoth, when they have to fast for a few days before they find food, physiologically, you would expect them to have the greatest amount of focus to go and find food in order for them to survive.
Do you think so that you think that's an evolutionary thing?
I think it could potentially
Yeah.
be. I
How?
mean,
What do you think the macros on a woolly mammoth hunk of backstrap are?
I don't know. I feel like woolly mammoths they must have had a lot of fat in order
I feel
to
like it's
stay.
a good mix between like a cow and an elk. Maybe
Well,
not. That's maybe
it's
not a
like an
good
elephant.
description.
It's an
Well, I feel
elephant.
like it's muscular like an elk and lean. No?
Yeah. I
So
mean, I
more
don't know.
elephant based? What's a woolly mammoth even look like?
Yeah.
We got 4 viewers in here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Who is in here? Say hello.
So, but wouldn't that make sense though? As if you were hungry, you hadn't eaten in days, your focus should be up. Granted, you're running on ketones, which is a different sort of energy, but I love fasting. I recommend it for everyone. The problem with fasting, you want to know the problem with fasting?
Tell
The
me the
problem
problem.
with fasting is people think that if they fast, it's a diet and they can eat anything they want.
That's true. Yeah, you need to address this.
And that's just not how dieting works. Dieting is to help your health and longevity. That's really it. It's the immense amount of health benefits you can get from dieting is amazing. And I've had people argue with me, oh, fasting versus calorie restriction. Yeah, calorie restriction is what's going to help you lose weight. Fasting is what's going to help you live longer. Do you know what I mean?
No,
So
that's I think that's the phases of the health is calorie restricting, losing weight, but the things like fasting and balancing those hormones, you're 100% right. The improving health. So talk like the hormones. Talk about that.
yeah, I mean, I probably should brush up on it a little bit, but
Sorry if I messed up your flow with the transition. I
no,
did
you're
throw
good.
the I threw the
I'm,
woolly mammoth up there. I don't know if you can
I
see it
mean, but look
now
at
that
that
I'm looking at this a little more. I mean,
that thing. I mean, it's got to be muscular. I mean, it's like an elephant. I couldn't imagine those things just just roaming around.
just like scooping you up. It'd be horrible.
I took a I took a dinosaur class back in undergrad, and I got to learn all about these animals.
You
It's
took a dinosaur class?
Yeah, it was an elective. I had to take it. That's why I think undergrad is different. I mean, I'm not gonna say like don't go to college because you need it for certain things, but for being pre-med, me having to take architecture and a dinosaur class, like that seems a little
Seems a little. That seems a little
unnecessary.
much.
It seems a little unnecessary. But yeah, dude, I class today was interesting, and here's another thing. So the way that my plate, it's a CDC government ran website that is pretty much the food pyramid that's updated, right?
Yep.
So you know how we have specific ratios for our meal plans in order to maximize weight loss and for people to stay compliant to the diet. The my plate, it follows something like we have as well. It's a ratio based. So if you look at a plate, if you split the plate into different sections, that's the percentage of food that you can get with each macronutrient.
Yep.
So 25% of it is protein. The other 25% of it is starchy carbohydrates. And then 50% of it is fruit and vegetables. Now,
Now.
I have an issue with this because you're lacking on the protein. And I don't understand why people think protein is so bad for you. If you look at the literature, unless you have end stage renal disease or some sort of kidney damage, like protein isn't going to hurt you. The only thing it's going to do is it's going to make you feel fuller. It's going to help you lose more fat, and it's going to put muscle on you. And I think people don't believe me when I say that, but it's true. You need to eat more protein. And 25% of your plate is not enough protein for you to lose weight, to live a healthier lifestyle, any of that.
We got to get those numbers up, maybe about 50%.
Somewhere in that range. We won't give up the the specifics.
All my plates are very protein dense. Like in the morning, it's eggs, which are protein dense, turkey bacon, and the powerhouse oatmeal, which is in the nutrition guide, which Johnny and I have both been eating. I've been eating that oatmeal dish every morning for
Over a year.
over a year, probably over a year and a half for now. So, because it's just a compassion power kick right in the morning off your fasted protein, a big old dose of it.
It's the carbohydrates too. I think that's my biggest load of carbohydrates in the morning is from those oats.
Get a good
'Cause I
complex load in the morning, power you through the rest of the day. That meal I had that before my Ironman, and I did well.
because you get all of those carbs, you get the proteins, and especially when you throw the fruit on there, the blueberries especially, you get those sugars, you get the antioxidants. Throw some peanut butter on there for
Honey,
some
little energy in the
omegas.
morning.
Oh, you can do some crazy stuff with oatmeal. You just got to be able to make it right.
Yeah, and I've seen it not get made right. It is a little bit of an art. Over a couple months, you got to refine it, get the mixtures correct.
Well, I think too, it's the quality of protein that you have really makes or breaks food that you're cooking with it.
Yeah, and
Even
I'm
smoothies.
gonna pull something up on that real quick. But keep talking about that.
Yeah, go for it. But yeah, I mean, if you have, I can't like think of anyone that I've had recently. I think RSP tastes great. I mean, I know you have BPN, Promix, like those are
Yeah.
all really good brands.
Well,
Um,
I'm gonna pull up the Promix ingredient list compared to like BPN's got good ingredients, but compared to like a protein that you would maybe get at Walmart because it might say like 25 grams of protein um, per serving, but like the ones you get at Walmart on the cheaper end, not all of them, by the way, some of them are just loaded with ingredients. There's 85 ingredients in there, and then this one has five. Uh,
yeah,
but
you'll
it's
pay
not
for it.
clean. It will.
You'll pay for it.
You will pay for it, and I don't want to guarantee anything, but if I had to guess, I'd say you're probably gonna have some bowel trouble on something like that.
I know Promix is like $90 on Amazon versus
Prom on Amazon
Promix.
compared to the
Promix.
website.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was for the 5 gallon tub. It was $90, but that's pretty. I mean, that's pretty average for protein. Protein's expensive, but I can't wait until we start making our own supplements because that is in our future, no doubt. And I cannot wait to do that right with legitimate ingredients and no chemical additives, no added stuff, like legitimate supplements. I'm so excited for that.
I'm pumped, but I will. I always had a protein supplement going up. I didn't know when I was younger, like ingredients mattered. I didn't know any of that, but like from a gut health standpoint and gain standpoint, overall lean muscle mass getting added over the last few years, I contribute a lot of it to these clean proteins because the issue with those other ones be a lot of extra sugars in there. You don't need to get those weird flavors that they throw in there. But also, you might not be getting a consistent 25, 30 grams of protein, whatever they advertise on the tub, because they're not tested. Plus, when those are spiked aminos in some of those cheap raw ingredients that they're putting in the protein powder, and it's not actually 25 grams of protein when it gets down like into your like cells and stuff.
Yeah,
You
by the
know why
time
I'm
it's
technical.
digested. Yeah. So I mean, it's a pretty basic rule I think everyone should follow is if you're going to eat something or supplement yourself with something, just take a peek at the ingredients. And if it looks like there's just a long list of a bunch of chemicals, it's probably not the best thing to be eating. But that's why it's so important that you stay away from the processed stuff and you move towards more animal based foods and fruits and different vegetables and things like that. I mean, vegetables if you're losing weight, but again, there's levels to nutrition, but if you can try your best to stay away from stuff that's super processed, you'll save your gut health, you'll save your energy because all it does is it messes with your hormones and it really tanks a lot of your hormones. That the sugar, the spikes of insulin, it's not good for you.
Not
What are
good
you
for
looking
you.
at?
So, John, up here I have. I got the Walmart jug from Walmart. This is like the basic package you'll see at Walmart here. The what is it? This guy here.
Yeah, that
This is your. This is, and to be fair, from associate. Now, can you see this? Okay, John. Is it like streamlined for you?
I can see.
Um, this is a great option. Sorry, Dolphin Shark. The blueberry protein oats are the best. Respect on that, and you're 100% right. I so love that you're eating those. And then she
Yeah,
said, "Is optimum nutrition whey okay?" Let's talk about that in a second. But
yeah,
the this is what you're gonna find at Walmart. I was on this for a long time. The great part is typically like I'll get 60 servings worth of protein from like BPN or Promix, and it's about $80 a tub. This you get 60 servings and it's $30. So there's clearly an advantage there. But the trade-off is going to be the ingredients here, and this one's not as bad as I would have expected, to be completely honest with you. Hang on, I'm fumbling the bag here.
I can't see the fine print, but that's fine.
Whoa, 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 whoa! There we go. I don't know if that's working or not. Can you see that now, John?
Yeah, I mean it's small.
So the ingredients are super whey protein blend, which is whey protein concentrate, whey protein isolate, cacao pressed with alkali, maltodextrin, sunflower, lecithin, natural flavor, salt, cellulose gum, ascorbic acid, acylsulfame, sorry if I'm butchering these, potassium, sucralose, zinc oxide, and vitamin D3. Contains milk ingredients. So, and then if we go over to Promix here, let me zoom in there. This one, so this is the chocolate peanut butter flavor. This is my probably favorite here. Sorry, I know the view is kind of tough here, but the ingredients are grass-fed whey concentrate, one organic Texas peanuts, which this is manufactured in Texas, so it's local, which is nice. Organic coconut sugar, raw organic cacao, and then sunflower lecithin. So 5 compared to, I think there was like 11 on 12 on the other one, but there was all those sucroses, those acids, all that gum and stuff like that. None
Yeah,
of that in this one. And I can tell you personally, I've never had like horrible gut health issues,
I have.
but I didn't know that it could always get better. It wasn't great, but to compare to what it is now. But I don't really ever get sick. The only time I've been sick in the last like 2 years was I think I got COVID, like maybe twice,
Yeah.
and that was it. Which whatever.
I
But
don't know if you've noticed this, but ever since I changed my diet and my sleep and my exercise, I have not gotten the common cold. I haven't gotten any sort of bugs really. Like my immunity is really good right now. And I think that's also so important about why you should fix your health is because you can literally stay away from being sick.
just
And
it improves everything. It's just, and that's the really frustrating part. And I think our message will get out eventually is you're just you're lowering the quality of life that you possibly could be living because of whatever you're sick. You're not feeling 100%. You don't have the energy to go out and experience and do these things. It's you're just taking days and enjoyment off your life, not being fit and healthy. And people are always scared to put in the work and the time. But I don't see a better investment than investing the time into yourself, into your health, so you can live your life to the fullest. Personally, I can tell you from myself getting healthy, other areas of my life have drastically improved in many different areas from being healthy, whatever it's relationships, my job, things that I do outside of my job, hobbies. It's all related. I sleep better, my mood's overall better, much more positive, patient. I don't know if it's directly related to how I eat, but it feels like it is because I overall feel fantastic 99% of the time.
Well, it's interesting because you can look at certain studies about the effects of food on mentality, and really you can see rates of depression and rates of ADHD in people who eat a lot of processed foods. So yeah, there is a correlation to how you feel and how you eat, and it's prevalent. And you can see it especially today as people eat poorer and poorer. And I don't know if it's a money thing, if it's an education thing, but you see these rates of mental health issues arising. And if you ask these people who have depression or some sort of emotional pathology going on, and you majority of the time you ask about their diet, it's just filled with inflammation. There was one
Inflammation's the
client
killer too.
there was one client of mine. He was a young male, depressed, just didn't really know what to do with life, no plan, out of the military, and he asked, how's your diet? How's your exercise? Not exercising. He's eating fast food once a day. He's eating pizza, and it's it's just sad because it's either they just don't know any better and they just need some help, or they just don't care. But I want to give people the benefit of the doubt that they do care. And I think that if people were led and steered in the right direction in exactly what we're trying to do, I think we'll be able to help a lot of people who may have not even thought about these things.
Yeah, I think everyone does care about how they look, how they feel, their overall health. I think people will say they don't care and they that fast food makes them happy, whatever it might be, but deep down I think you do know, you do care and it probably does bother you. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But even when I was overweight, I wasn't like not content with it, but it's always like it's always there in the back of your brain like I probably could feel better, there's something more I could do. But I think that's what we're here to do is help make it easy for people, feel like it's attainable, give them the education, give them a community, the accountability I think as well, but give them the platform and the knowledge so they can start out on their goals and get forward. But I think what happens is people, let's say you're severely overweight and you just see this huge mountain above you of like, holy smokes, I gotta lose 100 pounds. Like, this is gonna take so long, so many reps. I have to meal prep for so much. Like, this is gonna take so much time, but it's a day by day process. You just have to start. You're going to fail, but that's why we have this community to pick you back up, keep you moving forward. I'm excited, man. I think we can help a lot of people. Get them on the
I am
right track.
too. I am too. But if you want to lose 100 pounds, all you have to do, from my experience with training people to lose weight, if someone wants to lose a large amount of weight, you have to lose your first 20 pounds. It's
Mm-hmm.
not your first 10, it's not 15, it's 20. And I think once people see 20 pounds off the scale, then they really start to overcommit.
100%.
They want to start working out. They want to really start up in their water intake. They want to get their diet super clean. But 10 pounds is not enough for someone to commit, because I was saying there was someone who reached out to me saying that they ate McDonald's every single day, twice a day, and that they wanted to lose 20 pounds and that they felt super bloated all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to them, if you cut out that McDonald's twice a day for 7 days, I said you would most likely lose 10 pounds in 7 days, just because you got rid of all of the salt and all the sugar and all the inflammation that you're eating with that McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Because truthfully, McDonald's it's a lot of salt.
Yep.
And when you eat a lot of salt, you hold a lot of water. So if you remove the salt, you'll lose the water, hence you'll lose the weight. So
That's
it's
huge.
really kind of simple. It truthfully is simple. We just need to get these packages out. We got to get them out to people.
Yeah, we're so close.
We are
But back
close.
to what you're saying about seeing those first 20 pounds, is it solely a mindset thing? And I think part back to the depression and how like eating poorly, staying in bed, not exercise segues into that depression. Because if you are overweight, let's say you go to the gym, you get hurt trying to take the first step, and maybe you fail, maybe your diet slips and you feel like a failure because you can't commit to it. I think that just all adds on to it. Like, oh, I'm a failure. I'm never going to be able to do this. I'll just roll over and accept this. Like, personally, for me, that anxiety, I used to like be built with anxiety constantly. It comes from doing those hard things because I know I can get through it every single day, and I keep having that confidence that I can keep accomplishing those things. So now it's just easy at this point. But you got to start. You got to push yourself through those hard times, and that confidence will build, and you will keep progressing forward. But if you just don't, if you accept that failure, can't go forward, I think that's where that anxiety, that depression builds up. Because if you know something hard is coming and you're not confident in yourself to get through it or get it done, whatever it might be, you're not sure how that's going to go. But John, you and I have done enough hard things. We continue to do it. We can just pivot, segue, whatever it is. We know we're going to figure it out. But it comes from that mindset that you got to develop early on. I think it comes from doing hard stuff.
Well, also, it really comes down to having a plan, and we always
Yeah.
talk about it. You don't plan to fail, you just fail to plan. And whether you're trying to lose weight or just become healthier, if you don't have a plan, you're more than likely not going to be successful, or you're just going to have to go through extra steps, extra frustration, and most likely it'll take more time if you don't have some direction. And that's what
How many years of us lifting together did we not plan and just go in there and be like, our only plan was the body part of the day?
I mean, for a few years, but even now, like the past year for us has been a totally different change in pace in how we eat and how we lift and how we live because we're educating ourselves as much as possible, and we are trying to get the best people in our connections to make sure that we're educated as best as possible to share this information. And that's why I'm excited to see where we end up going, because we're just going to continue to learn over time and continue to give all of the viewers at home all of this information just so they can live their best life. Because that's really what we're here for. We're here to maximize health and make sure you have the happiest life and full of positivity and blessings. That's all we could ever want, is just pure happiness from every single one of you.
That's perfect. I couldn't have
And
said
I
it better.
don't,
I
I
agree.
don't, other brands aren't doing that. Like,
No.
and I think we all feel it like deeply within our souls. Like, it is our mission to help you become happier and healthier.
It's
That's it.
simple, and it's coming. We're going to help a lot of people, and I'm excited. Muscle Dummies, back to the networking part. Like, that's also what we're going to be building, is building a community and network of professional industry professionals, so you can come in and get anything health related help that you need. We will have a person for you.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Real quick, John, before we wrap up here, Dolphin Shark, I'm sorry I've been keeping you waiting. Hope you're still here. You asked about Optimum Nutrition. I got the ingredients up here. John, I wrote Optimum. I had Optimum Nutrition for a lot of years in high school, but the ingredients: protein blend, which is whey protein isolate, concentrate, and hydrolyzed whey protein. Cacao
We
powder processed with alkali, sunflower or soy. Lec is it lecithin? Nat,
lecithin.
say it again.
I think it's lecithin. It could be lecithin. I'm not sure, to be
Either way,
honest.
natural and artificial flavor, and then acyl sulfate, potassium. What is hydrolyzed whey protein? That worries me with the spiked aminos to get that advertised 24 grams protein.
Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to find a protein powder that is good and
You know the other issue, John, is if you zoom in here, it says that 24 grams of protein is 48% of your daily intake.
yeah, see, I mean, it's just it's skewed, okay? It's just skewed. Um but yeah, I mean
Unfortunately.
that protein's fine. That protein's fine.
Yeah, dolphin shark. I wouldn't steer clear. I'd say that's approved. It's a good affordable option.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good affordable option. It's going to get you what you need out of it. And I want you on a supplement, even if it's got to be filled with a bunch of stuff. Like, I would rather you be increasing your protein intake and worrying about that over worrying too much about ingredients and things of that nature, because that
Mm-hmm.
protein is what's going to help you maintain. It's going to help, especially you with your bone density, your muscle mass. Protein's absolutely necessary. So however you're getting it, keep doing it and keep doing what you're doing. And we'll make sure that you're set up for success as we move forward into season 2 of Muscle Dummies into 2023, getting the package out, the total package. We are so excited to bring this to you guys.
Page flip. Let's
So
also talk
many.
about the real quick the New Year's challenge that we're gonna have with this package.
So I think for the New Year's challenge, it's not set in stone yet, but I think we're going to do something around $1,000 to the best transformation over the 8-week period, which is just 2 months. But I think in 2 months, people will be able to pull off 20 plus pounds and really take a jab at getting their health in order. But I mean, it's got to be the best year to do it. 2023, it's got to be the year that you take control of your health and take control of your life. It's time to stop waiting. The time is not going to get any better. No matter what's going on in your life, it's always a good time to become healthier. Doesn't matter what you're going through, what's going on in your life, it's always a good time to get healthy, because at the end of the day, even if you're going through challenges, if you're healthier, it's not as challenging. Take it from us, take it from our lifestyle and our mentality and our focus and energy that we bring every single day. I'm getting up at 4:30 to go box, and I know you felt it too. There are days that we don't want to get up, but it's because of the consistency, it's because of the diet and the exercise. We're able to bend more with stress and just not break.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't always like that. It took time, took a lot of learning, a lot of talking, a lot of making mistakes to get to that level. But yeah, the early wake ups, the 4:30 winter wakes up are tough, especially just go to box. But I think it's all part of it, developing the mindset, the discipline. But personally, I feel a little bit of an accountability for the community to keep leading by example, which we're going to keep doing, keep being positive, helping people out in the gym. That's what it's all about. So
Absolutely.
come this year, December, the package will be live. I'm pretty confident in saying that. We're going to get you guys on the package. Get your 8-week package starting Jan 1 throughout the 8 weeks, January into February. Whoever has the best transformation, we're not just saying who loses the most weight. We want this to be a healthy transformation. You are going to win $1,000 and a Muscle Dummies NFT. So you're only going to pay not that much for the package, and you're going to get 10x on your return and more if you put in the work and do the weight. So that's something to look forward to. John, you got anything else?
No, I appreciate you guys for coming, and we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep getting this film out to you, and videos are coming. The Muscle Dummy page is going to start getting going here, and we're super excited. We're super excited to build your health and to educate you as best as we can, and just help you live a healthier life.
Just want to help you. That's right. And
That's
one
it.
shout out to Tara. Tara's in the chat, John. She dropped some hearts. Shout out to your mom.
Shout
She's
out
the
to
GOAT,
Tara.
one of the OG Muscle Dummies, Muscle Dummy number 19, I think she is.
I believe so.
Dolphin Shark says I'm excited for the new package. That is good to hear. I hope you are. I'm going to drop that to you the second we get that back, because you got that other package. We'll get you right on that package, and we'll have you start the Jan 1 challenge, hopefully, Dolphin Shark. So that $1,000 probably help you out. We'll get you an NFT as well. You're part of the community. So thank you, everyone who tuned in here. We'll be back next week sometime, maybe next Wednesday or so. But thank you very much. Don't forget to check out all the socials. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, MuscleDummies.com. In a few weeks, MuscleDummies.com is going to get a total revamp. It's going to be the best health website on the planet. Maybe not in the first iteration, but it will be, along with the top nutrition guides in the country. Get your plans in a few weeks. Look out for those announcements.